Welcome all to another episode of your favorite podcast. Targo, how the hell you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I got a new standing desk, so it feels kind of weird, but I feel all loosey-goosey, and I feel like everybody can see me with it. So I'm ready to go.
Yeah, it looks like you're making the camera bounce a little there.
I know. I take my hands off the computer. What are you drinking today, my friend?
Well, I got a new one today, man. It is Voodoo Ranger Juice Force IPA.
Yeah.
It's a hazy Imperial IPA.
Okay. Hold on. Do you have a normal size can, or is that like extra large? Because you got to look. Oh, yes.
Extra large. About the size
We're
of
gonna get a special Targo for this episode. I'm excited.
Maybe by the end of it, yeah. So we'll see. That's good.
Ooh, good. I'm excited.
That's a good one.
Because I have one I'm not so sure about. It's called Simple Times Lager. It's from Trader Joe's. I have not heard good things, but I guess let's give it a try. I'm glad it's half the size of yours.
Yeah, it is. Regular can. Ooh, does not like it.
No, I don't
Judging
like
by
it
that
at
facial
all.
expression.
I don't like it at all. I got to deal with it. Anyways, Targa's going to have fun, and I'm going to be a little bit miserable for this episode, y'all. So those are our brews. Let's get to some banter. Welcome to Brews and Banter. Today, we're going to talk about the battle for Europe in the English Premier League, as well as who we think is going to stay in the Premier League. The relegation battle is thick and fast, and there's a lot of spots open. What is it? 5 points between 12th and 20th?
Something like that.
4 points, 3 points? I don't know. It's really close. And then as well as
week.
Like it really does change. It's crazy.
We're going to have to make our final decisions here today.
Final decisions and final predictions. And as well, we're going to give our monthly power ranking. So we're going to go from top to bottom, back to top again, as well as dive into some recent news that's happened in the footballing world. So let's get into it.
All right.
Here's some big headlines that have happened in world football during the international break. First off, prosecutors are struggling to find evidence about the payments from Barcelona to the VP of referees in La Liga that influenced any matches. However, UEFA has now opened an investigation on the matter, which could lead to Champions League expulsion.
I mean, it's good they haven't found anything, I guess, if you're a Barcelona fan.
Yeah. I mean, John Laporta has been saying and been very adamant about they're innocent. Who knows what happens.
It doesn't look like it's over yet, so they're still not quite
Long way to go. By the way, did you realize during this investigation what game happened where the refereeing was very suspicious 17 years ago?
Which game? Oh, that Champions
Arsenal
League
and
final?
Barcelona Champions League final. Just saying.
Was it a Spanish coach?
Yeah. Spanish coach, Spanish ref. Just saying.
Spanish ref, that's what I meant. Sorry, not Spanish coach. Glad you knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, it's a bit suspicious. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Next up, in good news for the U.S. men's national team, Florian Balogun is considering which nation he wants to represent. Is it going to be England, who he played for the under-21s with? Would it be Nigeria, who his father was from? Or the United States, where he was born in, I believe, New York? Most recently, again, played for the England under-21s. He's currently in Orlando. Was in attendance for yesterday's game against El Salvador with his agent, with numerous members of the U.S. men's national team camp confirming they've had conversations with him, including current, resident head coach, you want to call it that?
Caretaker, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, caretaker, commenting about how they want him to play for them.
Duh.
Yeah.
I want him to play for them, too.
I mean, I've said it. It'd be huge. They need a striker. He would be one for years to come. I believe he's only, 20 years old, 21?
Something like 21, I think, yeah.
Yeah, Arsenal are going to keep him. He's going to get top-level training. He's an automatic starter for the United States. It's a no-brainer for me. He's not an immediate starter for Nigeria. You have Victor Osimhen. He's going to be behind him the whole time.
He's not
even when Harry Kane is done internationally, he's still going to have a hell of a time getting into the English national team. So it's a no-brainer for me. Next up, fun news. Ex-England national team goalkeeper Ben Foster has come out of retirement and has joined the Robin Ryan show over at Wrexham.
That's an interesting one for me. I mean, I know
I
Wrexham,
mean,
their goalkeeper, got hurt, so they were looking for one.
he could be 3-4 years out of retirement. I guarantee you he's still better than every single goalkeeper in that league, in the National League. So,
yeah.
Roy Hodgson has been hired as Crystal Palace caretaker for the rest of the season. Also out of retirement. Cheers to getting that one right.
Yep. Good job.
Bigger news. Gavi is apparently not a real Barcelona player. His new contract has been declined by La Liga by all counts and the courts. He's apparently still on his youth contract, which expires in the summer.
So yeah, teams are free to talk to him, try to lure him away from Barcelona. I know he's made it clear he wants to stay at Barca, but they'll need to shed some money off that wage bill to register him.
Oh yeah, especially with the names that they're after.
Oh, PSG, Man United, I think Man Cities or some big teams
Arsenal,
after him.
Yeah. I was talking more about Barcelona and the names they're after.
Oh.
Like re-signing Lionel Messi.
Yeah, that's
going to take a lot of shedding for that to happen. Next up, Manchester United are said to have takeover bids by British billionaire Sir Jim Radcliffe and a consortium led by Qatari banker Sheikh Jassim. Their applications have been for extensions.
Yep, I
have
saw
been
that.
approved, so they have until Wednesday the 29th to finalize their bids. They've apparently both put in 2 bids. Considered to be around a world record of £5 billion, but the Glazers are looking for something between 6 and 7 billion, which is insane to me.
I think it'll take 6 to get Man United, but we'll see.
I just don't know why they don't just combine superpowers and
have
put
2
in
owners?
a bid. It would be much easier, and everybody would be happy, including Manchester United fans.
Probably not, though, because I'm sure those guys, they don't want to share their...
Oh, of course not.
Their crown jewel, Manchester United being one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah, there's a Finnish social media entrepreneur that put in a bid for 50% of it and said each Man United share taker needs to donate £3. So the fans would keep 50% of the vote. I feel like that is a much better option than any of these, but that's just me personally, and I'm not even a Manchester United fan. Clearly. Just saying.
He pointed to the jerseys behind him, which are not Manchester United, by the way, for our podcast.
None of them are even relatively close to Manchester United. Next up, the biggest shock of them all. On the 23rd of March, Julian Nagelsmann fired by Bayern Munich out of nowhere during the international break. Man. Apparently, he was on a ski trip. Found out on social media. Fabrizio Romano reported it first, coming out of nowhere, only to be replaced by Thomas Tuchel a mere hours later. Bayern was considering letting Nagelsmann go during the summer. Tuchel is being courted apparently in contract talks by Tottenham, Real Madrid, just in case Ancelotti leaves for Brazilian national team, Roma, just in case Mourinho leaves.
Mourinho goes to Real Madrid, I think. I saw
they just said, fuck it. We're just going to go for him now. And they picked Thomas Tuchel.
I think they wanted Tuchel, what was it, 2018 before he went
Before they got Nagelsmann, yeah. But Karl-Heinz Rummenigge and their other CEO said they didn't want him.
That was at the time. Now it's Salihamidzic and Oliver Kahn.
Yes.
And I think they just saw Tuchel, man. He was open, and I mean, they're a ruthless club.
Yeah. I mean, when you're that club, right? The league, you are expected to dominate, and they want you to be a juggernaut in the Champions League. Unfortunately for Nagelsmann, they're in second place in Bundesliga. He's undefeated so far in the Champions League, beating Inter, Barcelona, PSG. They've only allowed 2 goals, both against some team I don't remember the name of that is not the 3 teams I just mentioned.
Augsburg, I think it was.
Or, yeah, something like that. In the Champions League.
Oh, in
Augsburg's
the
not in
Champions
there.
League. I thought you meant the Bundesliga.
But due to his track record at Chelsea, coming in mid-season and winning the Champions League,
And
Bayern
winning
just
it over
decided, hey,
Pep.
let's do it.
Winning it over Pep, too, with
Mhm.
Chelsea. And that's who Bayern Munich plays, is Pep Guardiola here.
Is it going to make my prediction true? Time will tell.
I don't know, man. What happens, though, Tuchel comes in, because they have the Der Klassiker.
Yeah.
Klassiker there.
Der Klassiker in a couple of days. We'll see. It's going to be a huge game. Either Dortmund get a 4-point lead or Bayern retake the lead atop the Bundesliga by 2 points. But either way.
So what happens if he loses to Borussia Dortmund, his old club, which that'll be a fun one.
Yes,
and they lose to Man City.
It's a wash for the season and hopefully next season. I don't know. But
I mean, I wouldn't consider it a wash. They'd only be, 4 points, like you said, behind Borussia Dortmund. I mean, that's...
I meant for the Champions League, but you know.
For the Champions League, yeah.
Yeah.
So that one's an interesting
no one
one,
expects them to beat Pep's Manchester City squad, so...
I don't. I think I have Man City.
I have Bayern Munich winning, so...
I picked Man City to win the whole thing, so...
You did.
Even though I don't want to win the whole thing.
PSG is long gone and an afterthought. Anyways, let's get into the race for Europe in the Premier League. We got 10 games left for most clubs in the Premier League. Some have more, 12. I think 13 games is the max.
For one.
So, the teams we have in it right now, we got Spurs, 4th on 49 points with 10 games left. Newcastle, 47 points with 12 games left. Liverpool, 6th place, 42 points, 12 games left. And Brighton, 7th place, 42 points, 13 games left. Looking at their schedules, let's predict where they're going to finish. Targo, let me have it.
All right. So we'll start with Spurs. They're in 4th place. Looking at their fixtures, so I'm just going to rattle off some fixtures here. They have to go to Everton. They play Brighton, Bournemouth at home. They have to go to Newcastle. They have Man United. They have to go to Anfield to play Liverpool. They play Crystal Palace. They have to go to Villa. They play Brentford, and then they have to go to Leeds.
Not an easy schedule by any means.
It's not easy, but it's also not the hardest. And honestly, I think out of those games there, I bet you they could get at least 15 points.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I literally have them down for getting 15 points.
That's funny.
Yeah. I have them down for 15 points, ending at 65.
Yeah, and so 65, I think that would get them 5th. I think they'll drop one spot. And so I think they'll finish in 5th place in that Europa League spot.
Okay. Let's go over Newcastle. Newcastle plays Manchester United at home, West Ham away, Brentford away, Villa away, Spurs at home, Everton away, Southampton at home, Arsenal at home, Leeds away, Leicester City away, Leicester City at home, Chelsea away, and then they have to make up a game against Brighton at home.
So their tough games are obviously going to be Man United, Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea. And
don't discount Brighton.
Honestly, man, I could see them getting a good 20 points.
Okay. I have them getting 21.
Actually, I think
with the
I have
Brighton
21
game.
Points on mine as well.
Yeah.
So I mean,
getting them up to 68.
So with that, I have them
4th place
for that last
Champions
League spot.
Yeah. Which I believe we both predicted in December that they would finish 4th.
Yep, I think you'll get all 4 of yours right.
Yeah. Arsenal, City, not in the right order, but Arsenal, City, United,
yeah.
Newcastle. Okay. Liverpool, which might have the hardest schedule of them all.
They have a hard start to this schedule.
Yes.
So in the first 4 games, they're going to play Man City, Chelsea, and Arsenal.
Well, don't discount Fulham either.
Their form recently,
it's Liverpool.
I am going to discount them. And so Liverpool, I think honestly, they could probably get again a good somewhere between 22 and 25 points.
I have them getting 20.
I'm hoping they can get a result against City. I mean, last time Liverpool and Chelsea played, it was a draw. So
No,
yeah, it was.
Liverpool beat City. Oh, you
No, I'm
mean
talking
Chelsea?
about Chelsea.
Sorry.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Yeah, last time Liverpool beat City though, so I'm hoping they get some points there. Don't think so, but
I'm hoping they are, and then I'm hoping Arsenal beat them. But like Leeds, Forest, West Ham, even Spurs, Brentford, Leicester, Villa, Southampton, those should be wins.
yeah, I had a draw at Spurs and I believe a draw at Chelsea.
And so yeah, they should 20 plus points for them, man. I think I have them finishing 67 points.
I have them at 20 points with 62.
So I think they'll get that 6th place.
I have them finishing 7th.
So I'm guessing our Liverpool and Brighton are switched. Because I have Brighton finishing 7th. I have them finishing.
I have Brighton finishing. Well, I'm not going to tell you yet because we got to go over Brighton. Last but not least, we got Brighton.
So yeah, Brighton, they got Brentford. Brighton plays Brentford, then they go to Bournemouth, Spurs, and Chelsea. Then they have Manchester United, Manchester City, Forest, Wolves, Everton, Arsenal, Southampton, Aston Villa, and Newcastle. Honestly, I think Brighton has the toughest run for the end of the season.
I do think personally that they are the best team out of these 4 teams.
I would disagree with you.
100%
100% disagree with you. I don't think they're better than Newcastle.
Defensively, no. Offensively, 100%. So, they can cause all these teams problems. I have them getting 26 points out of those remaining 13 games.
I have them getting 21.
Okay. Well, I have them finishing on 66 points, 1 point ahead of Spurs for the Europa League spot in 5th.
Yeah, I don't see it, man. I wish they would. I mean, I like Brighton. I like the way they play, but man, they play Spurs, Chelsea, Manchester United, and Manchester City all in a row. And out of those teams, Man United and Man City are their home games, which I would say were the tougher ones. If maybe they were playing Spurs and Chelsea at home, I would give them a chance. But I think how Chelsea and
I think
Spurs
the way Spurs are
London,
playing, I fancy them against Spurs. Chelsea,
that
one's
away,
a toss-up.
I would say yes. But in London, I don't fancy them.
Well, we'll see. The Newcastle one, I gave them a draw on that one. But
it's at
everything
Newcastle.
else,
I would expect Newcastle to get a result there. I expect them to lose to Arsenal.
Me too.
I expect them to lose to Man City, Manchester United, Chelsea,
Same.
Spurs.
Not necessarily Spurs. So we'll see. I think very highly of Brighton. I think they're doing fantastic this season, and they're going to cause some surprises. So we'll see come the end of the season. What do you guys think? Let us know on Facebook and our Facebook group, Instagram, TikTok, our YouTube channel, and check out our Redbubble. We got some awesome merch.